Hi, my name is Novelette Woods, and I'm here crying for help. The story is about my husband being incarcerated for a crime he did not commit and sentenced to 35 years to life on a case that never existed. I need your help. I need you to listen. I need everyone to look and see what's really going on, because it can happen to anyone. What we're facing right now is prosecution for profit in San Luis Obispo, California.
Her husband is in jail serving a sentence of 35 years to life for a crime she says he did not commit. We're not here to retry this case, but rather trying to find out whether the brother's testimony was an act of family betrayal. Please welcome Navi. Navi, welcome. We can't go back to court and find out guilt or innocence. That's not the purpose of this. What I want to hear from you is, tell me why you're here today.
Well, I'm here to confront my wicked brother-in-law. On, I guess it's a couple of years ago, my husband was convicted. He was stopped and convicted of a crime, conspiracy to do a crime, first of all.
Bank robbery, correct?
It wasn't bank robbery at first. I don't know if my brother-in-law came up with this or they came up with it. I don't know what's going on. I know when they got arrested, they was arrested for conspiracy to do a crime.
Now, a conspiracy means that a crime wasn't committed, that people just sat around and talked and did something more than just talk, but they didn't actually commit the crime. And when you're charged with a conspiracy, you generally get 1/2 of what you would get for committing the real crime.
I received a phone call on December the 13th, 2007 from my husband stating that he was in jail. He was arrested with over 75 police, drug enforcement police, I will add, with guns and rifles, and I mean, he said he couldn't even believe it. And he was so frightened, he said that they told him that if he ever moved, and he had a seatbelt on, and they were snatching him out of the seatbelt, but they said if he ever moved, that they would shoot his head off. He said they ripped him out of the seatbelt and put him and his cousins, his cousin, and some other guys that he didn't even know, and a family friend. They laid him down. And after all that, they take him to jail. What I believe that they did, because they claimed they were watching the family friend previously for drugs, I believe that they were doing a drug bust. And when they realized that there was no drugs and they made such a big scene, they had to cover up. And instead of them just come out and said, we messed up because we seen black men in our city and we knew that these guys were up to no good. They destroyed our family, and then they used the family member, which is my brother-in-law, to go with the lies and to frame us. Anyways, immediately after, I guess a couple of weeks, they start saying it was a bank robbery. I'm like, where did you guys get bank robbery from? It all came from my wicked brother-in-law. And I'm here to confront him, to ask, why would he do this? My husband's in jail now for life, for a crime that he did not commit, for a crime that my brother-in-law know didn't happen. And I don't know if he did it out of jealousy, if he did it because he was afraid, if he did it because he's just a wicked person. But right now, our family's torn apart. I don't have my husband, a man that was in our life, a man that was working. We go to church together, we pray together, we eat together, we own business. I have nothing now because of what my brother-in-law did. And I have to accept it because I'm a woman of God and you're supposed to forgive. How can I forgive him? And that's why I'm here. I want some closure. I know in the end, God will work it out and my husband will get out. I know that. But I just need to know, like, why did he destroy my family? Why?
Please welcome Navi's brother-in-law, Paul. Have a seat. Paul, we have a circumstance here where Navi contends that you testified against your brother wrongfully about crimes that your brother did not commit.
Why did you do it, Paul? Seriously, why did you do it?
What do you
You're
have to
not even
say
that
here
kind
today?
of person. Why did you do it? I know that you lie, and that's okay, but to know that
Can
he's
you
gonna
tell the
go...
truth at the trial? What did I say at the trial? I don't remember saying none of that stuff. I was on that medication. I still don't remember saying none of that stuff. And the DA said a harsh witness, so the case should have been thrown out. So I said, when you sit up there and say, I don't love my brother, I'm wicked. I've been there for my brother all my damn life. I've been there for my brother.
My brother-in-law betrayed my husband, his cousin, and innocent men that he didn't know because he was forced to do it. A lot of people don't understand that. And they might be thinking too, like, girl, you're a fool. Look how wicked he is, though. What are you talking about? He's forced to do it. See, I was there from the beginning. I was there when they played the games. I was there when they was manipulating him. When Paul talked about on the show when he said, they gave me drugs, it's not drugs that he was drugs on the streets and he had to take his medication when he gets to jail. No. They gave him drugs when he's in there so they can screw his mind up. Antidepressant here, this kind of drug there. And you know what they said to us when we were in court? You cannot let the jury know that we gave him drugs. If you have to bring up drugs, you only can say that it's diet pills we gave him. When have you ever go to jail and they help you lose weight?
Paul, here's the question I have for you. Did you lie in court to take a deal for yourself, to get a light sentence so that your brother would be convicted?
Why would I lie and say get a license for myself for?
Did you? Did you?
Huh?
Did you tell the truth in
Would you
court?
have to do life? What'd they tell you? Didn't they tell you that if your testimony, they said if you didn't get them convicted, tell the truth, Paul, because we're here to tell the truth. If they said, wait a minute, they said if you did not get them convicted, your deal don't stick. Remember how wicked they were being? They said you have to make...
Wicked.
Yeah, but remember they said that you have to make... They got to get convicted.
That's why the trial said no.
Yeah.
That's why I said I don't know.
No, but I'm saying they said unless they get convicted, you'll be doing life.
The prosecution told Paul that if he cooperated with them, he would get 3 years in prison, and if he didn't cooperate, he would get 30 years. Now, I don't know how they figured to give him 30 years since Paul did not have any previous criminal record.
We know what you said at the trial, but you kept changing it, and I know you're right. You was on medication. Okay, all right, they had you on medication.
No, but here's the question. Paul, did you testify truthfully in court that your brother had planned to commit this crime, yes or no?
At the preliminary, they came back there, showed me some kind of papers, was saying all kind of stuff on the papers. That I didn't understand.
Paul, that's a yes or no answer. Did you testify in court truthfully about your brother?
No, at the trial I did not. No. That's what the trial said. I don't remember saying none of that stuff, so I didn't. I was on that medication. I was taking all kind of meds. She know that I was taking all kind of meds. At the trial, I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Every question they asked me, she can tell you. I said, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
They was in jail for 5-6 days before they came and say what the crime was. When we sent the bail bond down there to bail them out, they said that we don't know if the bail's going to be $60,000 anymore, which that was the original bail. They don't know if it's going to be $60,000 anymore because it just went up from $60,000 to $1 million. Why? We don't know. They don't know. But it went from $60,000 to $1 million. That way we was unable to free our loved ones. They played us like we was a circus. They laughed in our face. And they told us that, let me tell you this right now, you're going to get convicted. Your husband and these guys, they're going to get convicted. They have to. We have to go through with this. This is wrong. America, this is wrong.
So it seems to me, from what I know so far, that had Paul went to trial and been convicted, he probably would have only gotten 15 months in state prison, half of 3 years. Now, I'm convinced that the best part of the justice system in our country is the criminal justice system. People do get justice sooner or later. In this case, we're hoping it's sooner rather than later. And what'll make it sooner, if we can get additional lawyers to come forth and help out some of the other 6 men who are still in custody, doing anywhere from 15 years to 40 years for a crime that they never committed and that the prosecution had no evidence of. After all of the transcripts are reviewed and the briefs are prepared, a panel of judges are going to look at that. And they're going to have to look at it and say, wow, we think justice wasn't done here. And we think that these men deserve a new trial.